What is up, everybody? JPGT here, coming at you with a new Rainbow Six gameplay video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different in the fact that it's not focused on one operator or one character. It's going to be a multiple defensive, offensive, with multiple different characters, and not really one theme in the video like I normally do. So it's going to be a longer video, to say the least. It's probably going to be about 10 minutes once I get everything edited in and out. And I'm pretty excited. I mean, I usually have a theme around it, so I get to talk about, maybe I can just talk in this one about gaming or just general gaming things that have come out in the past few weeks. You can see some of the new transitions I've put in here. So I'm excited. Obviously, the biggest thing in this gaming related video is going to be E3. For those of you who've never heard of E3, but I assume most of all of you have because you're watching a gaming video, and it's only the biggest gaming convention of the year. Pretty much what they do is everyone comes out, each different company comes in, and will announce their new games and systems and new technology. It's going to be a great time. By the time this video publishes, it will probably have started or just be starting, and I will be making a post E3 video just discussing everything that happened and all the new announcements that I'm excited for. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. To start off, I have a list of huge games that I'm excited for that might or might not be announced and or gameplay trailers at E3. And to start off, I'd like to talk about Mafia 3, which has had plenty of exposure. They've got gameplay trailers and they've got customization things they've talked about, and it's been a big part of their marketing strategy. So those of you who've never heard of Mafia or never played either of the first two Mafias, it's pretty much it's what it sounds like. It's a Mafia game. You go back, you play as old gangsters, and the storyline is amazing. It's a great single-player game, third person, and it's a game that you can actually sit down and enjoy, and you actually immerse yourself into. This next one that they're coming out with is going to be huge. It's finally an open world. It's not very linear like the last two. You're gonna get a new character with a new city, a new time period, and it's just gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be fantastic. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see what they show at E3. We'll probably get more gameplay or more story elements, and it's gonna be really fun. Next on my list is Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I'm super excited for this. It's a 4-person co-op game, military style, open world. I don't know what else I could ask for. It just looks fantastic. They've released some of the gameplay, obviously, from the initial trailer to now. It looks like it's been a little bit downgraded, but Ubisoft is known for this. But I'm still excited for it. There's going to be drop-in and drop-out co-op, so you can play by yourself if you really want to, but it looks like it's going to be a lot better when you play with actual 4-person co-op. And I'm excited to get a squad up for it. I'll probably be posting some videos on YouTube for it. It's going to be a really fun game. Next up is Battlefield 1, which is actually kind of a shocker for me because I've never been huge into the Battlefield series. I've always kind of just been... I never really played online first-person shooters, but then I played some of the Call of Duties and I got really bored of them like most people. But this one actually looks like a shocker to me. I mean, the whole World War I thing is going to be like a breath of fresh air to the first-person shooter genre, because we do not have a lot of that right now. Everything's going futuristic, and it gets really old. So I'm excited to see something that is not going to be just futuristic, everyone just moves ridiculously, there's way too much movement for everything going on. This one's going to be, it looks like it's probably going to be a little bit slowed down, but there's still going to be planes and open world with a bunch of people, 64-player matches, and I'm excited to actually play this game. I've never played any Battlefields, and this one actually struck my interest, so it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Next up on my list is Dishonored 2. By the way, my list is not in any particular order. It's just I made a list and I'm going down it. Dishonored 2 looks really good. The first one was a huge shocker to everyone. I mean, it was very unknown for a very long time. No one knew what Dishonored was, and I picked it up and I was like, this is amazing. This game is a sleeper hit for sure. And once they said there was going to be a second one, I was really excited. You get to play as Emily, which is one of the main characters from Dishonored 1, and Corvo's going to be back with the sweet mask that everyone knows from the cover. and this one looks like it's going to be a lot more open world, just a lot more elements that weren't in the first one, and this one should be a lot better, even though the first one was really good. And then next up we got For Honor. Anyone that has not heard of this, it's another Ubisoft game, and they announced the trailer at last E3. They had a little bit of gameplay, but it was not great. And what it is a 4-person online multiplayer, but each person controls either, I think it was a Viking, a Samurai, and then I cannot remember the 2 others, but it looks really good because you play with the AI as your team, but you fight against other players, meaning there is an opportunity for you to be able to play with your friends, which I'm hoping they add in, or it's already there, because why would you not want to play with your friends in a game like this? It is the perfect thing. It's a battle arena. You can just get, like, who's going to be the best. You can have tournaments over it. It would be cool. And next up on the list, I've got Titanfall 2, which I was a huge fan of the first one, but I feel it died out after a while just because they didn't add a lot of content. They kind of gave up on it after a while. It was just, it came out, everyone was hyped over it, it was really fun, good game, and then they stopped adding content, which is obviously when you lose a lot of people. If there's no new monthly content or quarterly content, no one's going to want to come back to the game. It's just going to be a boring game at that point. And that was probably the biggest reason I stopped playing, but I got into it a lot with my friends. Like, we played on teams a lot, and the whole battle bots thing, the huge robots was great. And this was before everyone got into the huge futuristic stage of gaming. So it was really cool to actually just play a game and then not be flooded by it. Like, now Call of Duty's all going futuristic, but we're going to actually have something that came out originally futuristic. So I'll have a lot more respect for it because Call of Duty just keeps changing no matter what. But Titanfall was meant to be futuristic, so that should be good. And then next up on the list, I've got the next Forza title, which I'm hoping is Forza Horizon 3. I was a huge fan of the first Forza Horizon 1 and 2. And then if they come out with 3, I'm going to be really excited because I don't like going around on the track a lot. I'd much rather be driving on the open road with a bunch of cars that all look great, because that's what Forza is known for. Just the great looking cars and how everyone, like, you can upgrade them all and you can tune them differently, and there's hyper realistic. And I need a hyper-realistic car game. There's been not a lot lately, and Forza Horizon 3 would be fantastic to be announced instead of another track racing. Next up on the list, I've got Watch Dogs 2, which I'm actually really excited for. I did not mind the first one. I know a lot of people had beef with it just because of the hype train it got. It was supposed to be this great, new, fantastic open-world technology Grand Theft Auto, pretty much, and it did not deliver on that. Everyone was very disappointed. I still thought it was a good game, like, not being part of that train. I thought it was still pretty decent. I enjoyed it. The gameplay wasn't awful. I was not a huge fan of the main character, so I'm happy we're getting a new main character. He was just kind of boring and bland. He's like the cliches of every character ever in gaming. So it's good that we're getting a new one. And I'm happy about the new city, San Francisco. That's a very vibrant city with a lot of people, a lot of different ethnicities. So that should be good. And yeah, I'm thinking Watch Dogs 2 will be a lot better than the first. And I'm hoping people will give this one the chance, unlike they gave Watch Dogs 1. They did not give the chance. Next up on the list, I've got Crackdown 3, which obviously is an Xbox exclusive. But it's still... I played the first Crackdown back in... it was like 07 or 08. And that game was a very, very fun game. I like the art style a lot. It's not, like, meant to be realistic. It's cartoony, kind of. But it was still really good. It had, like, RPG elements to it, which was great. And then Crackdown 2 I did not play, but this third one, if you've seen any of the trailers, the destructibility is ridiculous. They're saying there might be full multiplayer matches where everything is destructible. We've not seen this kind of destructibility in a long time, especially on that scale. I mean, Battlefield 4 had destructibility, but it was not on the scale of this one. This one, everything's going to be destructible, making maps change every time, and it's going to be really good. And I'm sure the story's going to be really good, which I'll probably end up playing as well, because I enjoy storylines in games that actually have a story, and that actually have a decent story. Because, I mean, who doesn't like just, like, sometimes playing games alone, where you're not having to constantly battle every person in the lobby. Next up on the list, I've got Injustice 2, which I loved Injustice 1. I'm a huge superhero fan. Every movie that comes out, I've seen. I have a bunch of Batman memorabilia in my room, so I'm a huge Batman fan. And then Injustice 1 blew me away, because I was never a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat series, and they said it's going to be a lot like that. But this one I thought was a lot different. I played a ton against my friends, and I was excited for it. So I'm excited for this new one to come out. It should be a really good game. Now I'm going to try to keep the next few a little bit shorter, because I'm kind of running out of time here. Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4 exclusive, looks really good. It's a story-based game, so it doesn't look like there's going to be a ton of online elements to it, but there could be. And it looks like it's like it looks post-apocalyptic, but you're dealing with robot dinosaurs, which obviously we've never seen something like this before, so this should be good. And then what most people are waiting for from Rockstar is the new Red Dead. I loved Red Dead Redemption. I'm really hoping that they announce a new one, or at least give us something, like give us like just a bit of the new Red Dead. I just want to know if it's coming out and what the map looks like, or where we are, what time period we're going to be in. So I'm hoping something like that happens. I'm not keeping my hopes up though, because Rockstar is known not to announce anything at E3. They usually wait till a little bit after. And then I've got the HoloLens, which I want to see more of, because I'm excited for those to come out. Anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's like Microsoft's version of VR, but it's a little bit more interactive with the outside world, because you're just looking at augmented reality, not virtual, so it's not like a full headset, but it's like they're like eyeglasses that give you, like, project things onto the walls for you and things of that nature. And then the new Xboxes, the Xbox Slim, which is supposed to be announced, well, hopefully it gets announced, and then the Xbox codenamed Scorpio, which is supposed to be the most powerful version of the Xbox One. It's supposed to be 4 times of what it is now, and it's supposed to be better than the PS 4.5 or PS4 Neo, as some people know it by. So I'm really hoping Microsoft comes out and announces something like this, because it'd be great to actually be able to see what they have planned for it, or what they want, like what their plans are for it. And yeah, that's about what I got all for today. I will be making a post E3 video with all my reactions to the announcements that they come out with, and everything that, well, we'll have another video like this where I just throw clips together. It could be, I'll probably put clips of the trailers in instead, so people actually get to like see them, or like just images that we get, so people actually get to see them. And yeah, that's about it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your comments, or what you're excited for, or what you want to see at E3, or what consoles or technology you're excited for. Just any feedback you have would be greatly appreciated. Leave it down in the comments, leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day, everybody.